pro quo, I need the best y'all got. Tryna make a dollar, flip it like it's vinyl. Tryna make a way. What's it worth to you if the price too high? Quid pro quo, I need the best y'all got. Give me your best. I won't take nothing less, cause I'm giving you 100. How you always leaving me with nothing? I'm not impressed. It's gonna take more than this, cause I'm giving you 100. And I don't even know if I can trust you for nothing.
And Vanessa Self takes the cake, the trophy this morning. Good morning, Vanessa. How are you? Vanessa's first in the door this morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to February the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I thought she said hello good. That's funny. Good morning, Jessica. How are you? Come on in, everybody. Just come on in. It's been a good morning already. I thought for sure my lovely bride would be awake with me this morning, but alas, on Valentine's Day I am flying solo this morning. So, but welcome. Come on in. Happy Valentine's Day. Everybody's good. I know everybody's good. Welcome. Y'all come on. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's have a good day today. An interesting topic today. Interesting day 8. I guess this is day 8 or day 9 of Grant Cardone, the 10X thing we've been. Have y'all been enjoying this? Have you guys been enjoying the going over the 32 thing, going over so far these things that out of the 10X book? Has that been insightful, been good? Learning anything? Got a thumbs up. Good. I like it. All right, well, y'all, let's get rolling this morning. Let's get going. Again, I'm going to try to make this thing, we'll try to keep this to 30 minutes, sort of condense this and me not drone and travel on for another 30 minutes unnecessarily. But let's get rolling this morning, y'all. My name's Aaron Dwyer, and I forgot to do this yesterday. And I remember that after we got finished that I didn't do it. I guess I got so discombobulated with Christy being here, I just forgot where I was. But my name's Aaron. My name is Aaron Dwyer, and my wife Christy and I own Exit Realty Lake Country. We have offices in Georgia and in Tennessee. And every single morning, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern time, we wake up and have a call with our agents and try to give them a little motivation, give them a little lift, hopefully get them off to a good start in their mornings, because we know that if we start off with a good morning, that the chances of us having a great day are much higher. So welcome in. Come on in. If you're new to this, when you join us this morning, just say good morning. And if you're seeing this later on YouTube or watching this later during the day, then thanks for taking a look at it. And hopefully we'll see you again soon. So let's get rolling. Not many people here. Maybe everybody's expecting me to be late this morning. Somebody text message. Let's see. Maybe nobody's up this morning. All right. So last night, I'll just kind of go through last night, Vanessa and Jessica, since you guys are here and ready to roll, and I guess maybe Adam's listening. But last night we ended up we went to Buford, then ended up in Gainesville. And if you've not seen Gainesville recently, with the square and the improvements that they've made, they just built a brand new building right there by the parking garage on the square at Washington, and I can't remember the name of that street, but wow, we absolutely loved the Gainesville Square last night. It was all lit up and pretty, and we went to this restaurant that they just opened there on the corner called Taqueria Tsunami. It's an Asian Mexican restaurant, kind of a fusion deal. Delicious. When you go, you got to get the guacamole egg rolls. Crazy sounding, but they're delicious. Well, Jessica says I'm earlier than usual. Usually I'm about 6:30. Yesterday, we were just running late. We were trying to get everything done, but I think Christy mentioned it yesterday. She encouraged me to start getting up about 15 minutes earlier. So instead of getting up at 5 Eastern, I'm getting up at 4:45 Eastern. I did it today and struggled yesterday, but I got up today, popped right up, and actually got a 4-mile walk run in. And before all this, and I'm trying to get my brain wrapped around this new morning routine, but I think it's gonna be really, really good. It frees up my day and frees up the rest of the day to do other things that I need to get done, and it takes the pressure off that second workout. So we're on day 45 of 75 hard, so 30 more days, y'all. We can actually see the end. Good morning, Anna Davis. How are you? Good morning, Casey. How are you? So we actually can see the end of this thing, man. We're 30 days away. Me and Michelle and Jared Tilson, because Jared and Michelle are doing it together. But we're 30 days away. I'm kind of excited about it. Not sure. Andy Frisella made me feel guilty. So Andy Frisella is the guy that came up with this 75 hard concept, and he's done it multiple times. And I listened to one of his podcasts, and on one of his podcasts, he was talking about the people who come off of 75 hard, like on day 76. People just like the people that just blow it out. Like for me, it would be, going and gorging myself on pizza and beer, just on day 76. And he says, what I've seen in my experience is that when people do that on day 76 and they go back to the things that they had taken out, or they go back and they revert back to the things that maybe they cut out for those 75 days, that the 75 days that they put themselves through, it really didn't have the effect that it was supposed to have had. That typically when it has the effect that it's supposed to have had, that you continue on day 76 with the things you did on day 75 and day 1 and day 3 and day 4, that you continue in this new lifestyle, this new routine, this new ritual of making sure that you're taking care of yourself. And so I'm kind of feeling guilty, but I hate to tell Andy, if day 76 rolls around, I'm having a pizza. I'm telling y'all, that is my vice. I have that's why I cut out pizza, because it's a vice of mine. It was just a challenge. And I'm not sure if you know this, but Christy laughed about I kind of laughed about this, and Christy pointed out she always offers really good perspective on most things. And I was watching the Super Bowl the other day, driving back from Tennessee to Georgia, and so I had my iPad on my steering wheel, so I was watching the Super Bowl driving down the interstate. And I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but your brain has this thing, your subconscious has this thing called reticular activation. So it's RAS, and so your reticular activation system, it activates when the thoughts that you have, the thoughts that we think, the things that we go through in our minds, and the things that we feel in our hearts, the universe and the world, and those things typically show up in our path. Things typically show up in our experience. Those things typically show up in our walks of life. So if you've ever bought a new car, like you wanted this brand new, you wanted a, let's say, because my car is a black Range Rover, right? So the days that I'm really thinking about a black Range Rover, inevitably I see them everywhere. I see them driving on the interstate. You want this special GMC Denali with, yada yada yada, and you get the color in the interior, and inevitably once you start thinking about that a lot, you start seeing them driving down the interstate. When you go buy a vehicle, you start seeing those vehicles everywhere. It activates that reticular activation system. Well, for me, pizza has been on my mind, and the lack of pizza has been on my mind, and my reticular activation system typically rock and rolls, and typically what I'm thinking about and putting my thoughts on, and seeing in my mind's eye a lot. I see that in my experience a lot. And every commercial on the Super Bowl was about pizza. It was Papa John's, Pizza Hut, beer. Papa John's, Pizza Hut, beer. Pizza Hut, beer. And I'm like, man. And I told Chrissy, I said, of all the TV shows to watch when you've given up alcohol and pizza, the Super Bowl ain't one. And she said, well, lucky for you, you're in your car driving and not at a Super Bowl party where there's pizza and beer. So look at the bright side of things. And I said, cheers. That's Mazel Tov. That's pretty good. That's good perspective. So this morning, day number 9, I think we're on 9. We are on 9. So day number 9 of Grant Cardone's 32 traits of a successful person, 32 things that successful people do that unsuccessful people don't do. We're on day 9. And day 9, and I'm struggling with this. I'm trying to figure out how to wrap this. And I think I've wrapped my mind around it, but Grant Cardone says If you don't know who Grant Cardone is, look into him. He's the guy. Look up Undercover Billionaire. Look up Grant Cardone 10x. If most of us have heard of Grant Cardone, unless we lived under a rock for a while, he's a self-made almost billionaire, I guess. He's got an interesting story, got a cool story from sort of that, lost his father, lost a brother, single mother, grew up with addiction and substance abuse problems, and just decided that he was going to outwork his destiny. He was going to outwork his fate. He was going to outwork the path that he was on, and from that has created. Good morning, Teal. And from that has created a an incredible business and multiple lines of business, and has created. A matter of fact, today is his growth con in Las Vegas that enviously I wish we were at, but we're not. So we're gonna do virtually. And so Christy and I have been doing some Grant Cardone training virtually, not in person, but virtually. And through that, I've finished the 10x book, which I bought years ago and never read it. So I read it now, and so he's got these things that he does. Well, one of the things that he talked about, and one of his number nine trait of a successful person is be dangerous. Be dangerous. So when I look at the definition of dangerous, it's an adjective. It's able or likely to cause harm or injury. I don't really like that. Likely to cause problems or have adverse consequences. I can wrap my mind around have adverse consequences. Some of the synonyms for dangerous are menacing, threatening, treacherous. Don't like any of those. Savage. I can get behind that one. Wild. I can get behind that one. And vicious. I can get behind that one. Similarly, there's risky, there's high risk, there's unsafe. And so when I look at be dangerous, and I look at what he's saying a successful person has to do. A successful person has to be comfortable being uncomfortable. A successful person has to. I was listening to something this morning, and it was such a. So there's a guy, and I think his name is Eddie Pierno, and I'll spell his name, but somehow, some way, on my morning runs, and so on my run walk workouts that I do outside, my outside workouts. Morning, Michelle T. On my outside workouts, I listen to YouTube. So I'll find me a motivational talk, a motivational video, and I'll listen to these people, man, Les Browns and Tony Robbins and um, um, Eric Thomas, and somehow, some way, Eddie Pierno came up on my YouTube, found Eddie Pierno, put that in my AirPods, and so now I listen to Eddie Pierno, and I think I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, but I can't hardly see it when I'm running because I can't see 'cause I'm 50. Whatever. Don't make fun. Don't judge. But he talked about this, and he's fantastic. He's not like the screaming rah rah, you know, thing that Eric Thomas is. He's not the metaphysical necessarily thing, or the esoteric guy that Tony Robbins is. He's not that old wisdom of Jim Rohn. He's just I don't even know his background, but he talked about some really cool things. Well, this morning on the run, he talked about probability, and he talked about this jar of marbles. And if you know probability is your chances of success are 1 in 1 million. My chance of winning the lottery is 1 in 400 billion. Whatever those probabilities are, your chances of getting cancer, your chances of winning a Formula One race, your chances of going to the Masters, your chance, whatever it is, that it compares your singular opportunity to the rest of people who may have the same opportunity, who may or may not achieve the same thing that you achieve. And he talked about this jar of marbles, and he talked about this jar is full of green marbles, but there's one red marble in the jar, and that what probability tells us, what we grow up feeling like, or what we grow up being taught, is that to be successful, that to achieve our dreams, that to walk in our desires, and do the thing that we were called to do, that it really is a good morning, Kristen. Hey, I'm good. It's okay to be late, long as you're here. That to go through life and to achieve that special thing is is an exercise of reaching our hand in this jar of green marbles, with a being blindfolded and dizzy because we've been spun around 15 times on a baseball bat, and hopefully reaching in with our blindly, and grabbing that one red marble out of the jar of green ones. And so we get raised in this in life. We get raised in our thinking, and we get conditioned habitually in our thinking that our chance of being successful, our chance of being that one, our chance of reaching our dreams and our goals is more a function of luckily by chance reaching in a jar of green marbles and grabbing the red one and hopefully making it. We look at opportunity, we look at the world that all that stuff is for somebody else. That all that success and other people living their dreams and other people having what they want and other people having freedom and other people having a great marriage and great money in the bank and having wealth and being able to go on vacation that's all for somebody else. That's all for the green marbles, not for the that's not for the red marble. All the green marbles are just here to provide fodder for the red one. And so my challenge to you, my contention to you this morning is be dangerous. To take those two words, be dangerous. To take those two words and then create a synonym and tell you you gotta take a risk. You gotta be willing to do the things that other people aren't willing to do. You gotta be able to in this business, in this industry, because most of you who are watching this are in the real estate business. You've got to be able to accept the fact that people are gonna tell you no. You gotta accept the fact that not everything you think other people are gonna believe is truth. That not everything you say other people are gonna believe it's the gospel. There are gonna be times when you're gonna have conversations with people and you're gonna think those people are gonna be loyal to you because you've given them value. You've given them of yourself. You've shared with them what you're gonna help them do. You've maybe even shown them houses or you've done other things, and then they repay you by writing a contract, going to an open house and writing a contract with somebody else. They repay you by going to some other place and getting a contract written or submitting an offer without you, and then all your loyalty's been not repaid equally. So what I'm saying to you right now is you got to be dangerous. You've got to be the lion in the jungle. You've got to be the lion doesn't worry about the elephant. The lion's not concerned with the other beast of the jungle. The lion is the lion. The lion walks in the room and everybody notices the lion. They're like, oh my gosh, here comes a lion. The lion doesn't walk in the room and go, "Oh my gosh, there's an elephant over there. Oh my gosh, there's the giraffe. Oh my gosh, there's a zebra. I should be careful." That's not what the lion does. The lion walks in the room and says, "I'm a damn lion. Make way." And now all the other beasts look at the lion walking in the room and go, "Oh my gosh, there's the lion. Here he comes. Be careful. Look out. Here he comes." So my hope for you is that you'll learn to be a lion, that you'll learn to take risks, that you'll learn to be a little vicious, that you'll learn to be a little savage, that you'll learn that what it takes to really be successful, that what it takes to achieve your dream and desires is not a jar of green marbles that you hopefully grab the red one out of. That your path to success, that your path to your dreams and desires is not a function of hopefully getting lucky and finding the right client to have the right conversation to hopefully get me in the right spot. It's not reaching in the jar of green marbles to with your eyes closed to pull a red one out to say, "Oh my gosh, I did it." That's not what this is about. This is more a function of you got to go get that jar of green marbles, and every single day you got to pull a marble out. And every single day you got to pull a marble out. And every single day you got to grab a handful of marbles out. And every single day while you're getting spun around and you're dizzy. And every single day while somebody's trying to knock you off your path. And every single day that something's trying to knock you off your deal, you're gonna go to that, you're gonna go to that jar of green marbles. And you're gonna reach your hand in that jar of green marbles. And every single day you're gonna pull some out until one day you pull out the red one. Until one day there's the red one. And then guess what? When you find the red one, that reticular activation system kicks in. That thing kicks in when you got that success in your hand and that marble's in your hand and you got that red marble in your hand and you say, you know what, I did it. Your reticular activation system kicks in, that RAS kicks in, and guess what? The rest of the marbles turn red. And then you start reaching in the jar and you pull out more red marbles. Then you reach in the jar and you pull out one red marble. And every now and again, you'll pull out a green one. Every now and again, you'll get off your game. Every now and again, life will get to you because we're not perfect. We're not robots. This morning's run was absolutely fantastic. I mean, it was fantastic. Every time I watch, because my run right now until I get to next week, it's still a 5-minute walk, 5-minute run, 5-minute walk, 5-minute run. So I end up having 5 segments of 5-minute walks and 4 segments of 5-minute runs. So I do 20 minutes of running and 25 minutes of walking. And some days when that watch goes off, when that timer goes off and it's time for me to go run 5 minutes, I'm like, oh God, this is gonna hurt so bad. And some days at the end of that, I'm looking at my watch with like a minute and a half left, going, oh my gosh, is this ever gonna stop? There's some days when I quit because every run, when I run here in Hartwell, at the house, every single one of my roads that I run down, they all end like this. So the main road's up here, and all the other roads I run off of to the main road are all down. So everything's uphill to the main road. And I'm telling y'all, there's some days when my mind says, I'm done. When my body says I'm done, I don't want to run. I don't want to run 2 more minutes. I don't want to run another minute and a half. And my mind listens to what my body says, and my mind says, "You know what? It's okay. You don't have to run another minute and a half. Why don't you just walk the other minute and a half? It's just as good." And it's not, but that's what my mind tells myself. It's okay, Aaron, if you don't make those phone calls today. You have tomorrow. It's okay, Jessica. There is really no reason for you to prospect today. I know today's hard. You're not feeling really good about yourself today. It's probably going to be okay if you don't call anybody today. It's okay, Kristen. Don't sweat it. You've been working for 12 hours. You really don't need to do anything today. Our mind tells us these things and it tricks us into believing and it makes these excuses and gives us these opportunities to not do the things that need to be done. So the last time I quit running up that hill, I had a minute left and I quit before my timer ran out. And I made myself run an extra 5 minutes. I gave myself a punishment run. That was the consequence. And I said, when I quit and I stopped running, I called myself some names. I did, y'all. I said, Aaron, you're such a you know what. And because you're such a you know what, this is what happened. And this is the conversation I'm having with me walking down the road. If you'll quit right now when it gets hard, you'll quit other stuff when it gets hard. And if you quit other stuff when it gets hard, there are consequences to you quitting. So guess what? This morning, you get consequences to you quitting, which is you're going to run an extra 5 minutes. And I did. I gave myself a punishment, a consequence run. This morning's run felt fantastic. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if it was because it was cold outside. I don't know if it was just, and y'all, I had my last 45-minute workout yesterday. I got finished at like 10 after 12. So I got in bed at like 12:15 after midnight last night, got up at 4:45 and did this morning, and I was dreading getting up at 4:45 this morning, but I got up and I went out and did it, and the craziest thing happened is my body felt great. Every single run felt great. So then I reach in a jar of green marbles and I pull out a red one, and that red marble is, "Dude, that's a good run." My red marble is, "Dude, you didn't quit today." So now I build on that. So tomorrow I grab another red marble out. This afternoon I grab another red marble out. Kristen, when you tell that voice, I get it. I've been working 12 hours, but I got things I got to go do. I've got a journey that I'm on. I've got a dream I've got to lasso. I've got a desire. I've got to go capture this thing. You grab a red marble. And Jessica, when you don't feel like prospecting, Casey, when you don't feel like you're confident enough, and you step out there, Vanessa, when you do your TikTok and you step out and you go do that TikTok, that's grabbing a red marble. And if you do that consistently enough, what you find is the other green marbles, all the stuff that jar that you're reaching in, trying to find your dreams and your desires, they all come out red marbles. But you gotta be savage. You gotta be a little risky. You gotta be able to step out and go be a lion. You gotta go do the things sometimes that feel dangerous. You gotta step out into the unknown. We get so used to being comfortable. We get so used to hitting the snooze bar. We get so used to not doing the things that need to be done. Christy bought me a Zig Ziglar weekly planner, and it's very detailed. It's almost overwhelming. It's so detailed. And I've had to go back and read it. She got this at that weekend she went to, um, that mastermind weekend, and I had to read it 4 or 5 times to wrap my mind around the effort that it takes to do this weekly planner. But y'all, that's the effort that it takes to go through life. That is the effort it takes to be exceptional. We've been so duped into believing that we can just go through life being mediocre. We can just go through life being average. We can just go through life doing whatever everybody else does. We can go through life being a green marble, and hopefully one day, y'all, there's Christmas ornaments on the table. I'm not joking. That one day we get used, but I'm glad they're here. We get so used to being a green marble, and we see green marbles all around us. And we get so duped into believing that being green marble is exactly what we're supposed to be. And then at some point when we turn 45, 35, 25, 40, 60, whatever, we get challenged by something in our spirit that says there's more to life than being a green marble. So then we start reading books. Then you come to Exit Realty Lake Country. Then you meet Aaron and Christy. Then you get challenged by something in your life. Then there's something that happens, and you said there's more to life than being a green marble. And we look around at our jar of green marbles and we say, you know what? I know there's something more to this. But what probability tells you, what the world tells you, is you're not special. What the world tells you is you're just like everybody else. What the world tells you is stop trying to be above the crowd. What the world tells you is you just need to sit in your lane and do what you're supposed to do and keep your mouth shut. What the world tells you is you're not a red marble. That red marbles are the Michael Jordans, they're the Steve Jobs, they're the Kobe Bryants. They're the really special people that walk across the stage and make all the money. They're the really special people who do all the cool things. Those are the red marbles. And you're just a green one. So sit there and understand your role. Sit there and understand that you're just like everybody else. Sit there and understand that you're just average and mediocre. And what I'm telling you this morning is that is a damn lie. Because what the Bible, for those of us who are here, what the Bible tells you is that you're more than a conqueror. You're more than a conquistador. I love conquistador. It's such a great word. The Bible tells you you are more than a conqueror. You're not average. You were born in the image and likeness of God, the God that created the heavens and the earth, the God that spun the stars, the moon, the sun, put things in motion, created life, breathed life into dust. That God, you're created in that image. You're a red marble. And for so many of us, we get duped into this hypnosis of mediocrity. We get duped into this hypnosis of being average. We get duped into this thing that we have to be like everybody else because if we stand out, people are going to make fun of us. If we stand out, people are going to say things about us. If we stand out, we're going to get disappointed. If we stand out, we're going to get our feelings hurt. If we try to do something more than other people, they're going to make fun of us. Be dangerous. Be savage. Be vicious when it comes to your goals, when it comes to your dreams, when it comes to your desire. Jessica, okay, I can see this comment. She said, I've been telling all my teacher friends that I'm leaving the classroom because I know there is more than what is behind these four walls. Y'all, there's such power in that statement. And the four walls that Jessica's talking about are the same four walls that average people live in. It's the same four walls that mediocre people live in. It's the same four walls that have been created by your parents. It's the same four walls that were created by your raising. It's the same four walls that most people operate in. And they get up and go to work. They get up and go do something every single day. And they operate in those same four walls. Steve Morris says we operate to the breadth and depth of the understanding about ourselves. That we only operate to the point that what we believe is possible. We only operate and we only function and we only accomplish that what we believe we are able to accomplish. And my job for you this morning, my role in your life this morning, my role for you on February the 14th, 2023, and my role for you as long as you're in my life, and as long as me and Christy are in your life, and as long as you're in our lives and our paths are intersecting, my job is to tell you you're not a green marble. You're not like everybody else. That you're special. That you have a dream. There's a spark inside you that we've got to ignite and turn into a flame so you can set your world on fire. You're a red freaking marble. Your life is out there. Maybe you won't be Steve Jobs. Maybe you're not Michael Jordan. Maybe you're not Tiger Woods. But guess what? None of them are born that way. None of them. Elon Musk was just a dude. Jeff Bezos was just a dude. Oprah Winfrey was just a woman. She was raised in Nashville. Her dad was a barber. They lived in the hood. These people that do special things, they're not inherently special. There's no special gifts that they have. God, I love that. I love that, Kristen. I love that, Ed Milet. So Kristen Ritchie says, like Ed Milet said, I'm going to put this up on the. Keep taking swings at the pinata. Every now and again you miss, and every now and again you hit it and nothing comes out. But every time you do something, every time you take a swing, every time you make contact with that pinata, it weakens the pinata. Every time you get up in the morning and you go do that thing you don't want to do, every time during your day you go make that phone call that you don't want to make, you go knock on that door you're scared to go knock on, you go prospect that person you're scared to go prospect, you have that conversation with the person at Denny's because they're talking about real estate. Every time you go do that, you're taking a swing at the pinata. You may not get candy out of that swing, but every time you do it, it weakens the resistance. Every time you do it, you take a swing and you hit against that wall and you weaken the resistance. You reach in that jar and every now and again you pull out a green marble, and every now and again you pull out a green marble. But if you keep swinging at that pinata, you keep reaching your hand in there, you keep chasing your dreams, going after your desires, one day you grab it. And when you taste, you shouldn't eat a green marble. But once you experience the feeling, the euphoria, the joy of converting that door knock, when you feel the joy of reaching in that jar and grabbing that red marble, when you realize the success that came from you taking swings at that pinata and that candy comes out, when the candy comes out, the kids don't care who did it. The candy doesn't care who broke it open. It just comes, the reward's just there. This world needs you to be you. This world needs you to shine your light. This world needs your flame. This world needs you to be the best version of you. That's what this world needs. So I'm asking you this morning, go be vicious about your business. Go be vicious about your dreams. Go be a savage. When it comes time to chase your dreams, when it comes time to create the life you want to create for you and your family, when it comes time to create the legacy that you want to create for your family, you are in a position in this business and in this industry to create income and wealth with no limits. There are no limits. When you go work a job, they're only going to pay you so much an hour. There are limits. You can only work so long. You can only do so much, and they send you home because they don't want to pay you overtime. And you can go in and say, "Sir, I'm worth $100 an hour," but they say, "That's terrific. I'm only paying you $20 an hour." You can walk in and say, "But I'm worth $500 an hour," and they say, "You know what? You're only worth $25 an hour. I'd like a raise." Terrific. You get 25 and a quarter. There are limits to what you do, and those boxes and those four walls will keep you confined. A you're not a zoo animal. You don't belong in a cage, and you don't belong in four walls. You belong in a place where you are realizing your dream, where you are creating your legacy. You're in a place where you need to be doing the thing that you got to go do. You gotta find that drive, Mags. That's right. You gotta be vicious. You gotta be savage. You gotta wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say, "I'm a damn lion." And lions don't lay around thinking, "You know what? It's so great being a lion. I think I'm just gonna lay here today." That's not what they do. Lions get up and they go be kings of the jungle. They get up and go be queens of the jungle. They get up and go walk around so that everybody knows that they're lions. I'm asking you today to be a savage about your dreams. I'm asking you today to go be dangerous, go take risks, go do something other people won't do. Go do something in that 10% difference, that 5% difference that other real estate agents won't do. Go be the one who sticks to your weekly plan. Go be the one who writes it down and does it. Go be the one who has your goals set down, who has your vision board on your wall. Go be the one who says, "I'm going to do this today no matter what." Go be dangerous. The world needs you to be dangerous. The world needs you to be savage. The world needs what you have inside. Jessica, I'm telling you, Jessica Stevenson, I'm so excited to see how you explode. You're like a caged animal right now. Just you're like, let me out of this thing. Let me go do what I got to go do. I'm telling you, I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. I mean, Maggie, I don't even care if you kill them with kindness. I don't even care. I don't know if a lion kills with kindness or not. I don't know if a lion is thankful for what he kills or not. I just don't know. I don't know. I've never talked to had that conversation with a lion. A lion might just say, "You know what? I'm being a lion today. Go be a savage. Go be vicious. Go, go after your dream. Go after your desire. Go today and do your business. Handle your business. It's time. I y'all, my conversation with Aaron this morning was stop freaking talking about it. Stop freaking talking about it. Just go do it. There's so many things that I've written down in a book, and it's like I write the words down, I look at the words are in my subconscious, the words are in my conscious. I think about them every single day, but I could wake up at 4:45 in the morning and sit on the couch and watch TV. I could sleep till 5 and go walk, or I could get up at 4:45 and then go run. We gotta finish the drill. We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta be savages. We gotta be vicious. We got to go do this thing. I'm telling y'all, make your own red marbles. Stop living your life by chance. Stop waiting for the world to give you something. Stop waiting for your ship to come in. Stop waiting for the chance for it to happen. Stop waiting for that. Go freaking get it. Go be about it. Go be a savage today. Go be dangerous. Go be you. The world needs you. It needs you to be the best version of you. We need you to be the best version of you. So I'm gonna leave you with that. Go beat a pinata today, okay? Go do something today that you don't want to go do. I think I'm not gonna say it out loud. I'll talk about it in the morning, but I think I'm gonna go do something I really don't feel like doing. Um, I'm not gonna say it out loud because I may chicken out, but I'm gonna go do this because I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is this morning, and I'm really afraid, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna take a risk. Um, but I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. All right. I love y'all. Go be vicious today. Go be a savage today. Go be dangerous today. Keep rocking toward your dream. Keep rocking toward your desire. Keep rocking toward that thing that you want. I love y'all. Be good. Be great, Jessica. I may do it. I may do it. I may do it. I don't know. I'm wringing my hands because I'm really nervous about this. It's creating great deals of anxiety and fear in my heart right now. Um, be good, be great, be you. I love y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. Have an awesome day. Go do something awesome. Okay. Leaders, we'll see y'all at 2 o'clock in Brazelton. And let's go do this thing. Bye, y'all.